Hey there, this is Greg, the Masked Gamer, and I am so excited to be starting Cthulhu Death May Die Season 3 Fear of the Unknown. Woo! Alright, for those of you who are new to my channel, this is a place for COVID cautious folks to talk about board games. You do not have to be COVID cautious in order to be here, provided there is no minimization, denialism, or harassment of any kind. With that said, I will be playing by myself today, so I can remove my mask. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Now, oh my god, the first map for the first scenario of this is so much bigger than the maps from the previous one. My camera is like up in like the 18th layer of hell up there, and everything's gonna look so super tiny and minuscule, and we're just gonna do the best we can with it. That's point one. Point two is for seasons 3 and 4, I am going to be running 3 characters at the same time. That's because this time I actually do have stretch goals. So for me to get through them all, I'm going to need to do all of that. For some reason, the wooden map boards in this have, even just having set this up like an hour or two ago, have already kind of warped in the magical, like, weird non-humidity desert air of the area I live in, so that's going to be a little challenging and redonkulous as well. So there's just a few things to keep in mind as we start. Another thing to keep in mind as I start is it is currently 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and my meal prep has still not arrived for this week. I don't know if it will arrive. I don't know how I'm going to eat tomorrow if it doesn't arrive. That's all complicated questions that you don't have to worry about, but what may happen is it may arrive in the middle of this stream. If that is to happen, the dogs will start barking. I will have to go to the door. I will have to bring it inside and then edit out all of the time it takes me to put it away, and I will hate everything about that, and I hate editing, and that's what will happen. So, with all that said, let's start. Oh my god, excuse me, I'm dying. Let's start by talking about who's coming with us today on our journey. Firstly, we have Julian. Julian Julik from Belgrade, Yugoslavia. His quote is, the boy is saying he does not think this is a good idea. That is just Mike speaking for Julian, because obviously Julian does not speak. The boy doesn't speak. Small wonder. Being investigators, you can imagine the horrors he's seen. It's bad enough for fully grown adults. With such images inflicted on a young mind, it's a mercy he has only this one impediment. In fact, you're not even sure if Julian is his name. It was written on the inside of his shirt collar, as parents sometimes do. Though, if he has parents, no one has spoken out. It's a bit odd to have a child helping out against such dangerous enemies, but you just try and stop him. So Julian has stealth and arcane mastery, and his special ability is silent witness. When making any roll except against himself, after all rerolls, he may heal 1 stress or wound for each insanity. That's interesting, okay? Level 2 is instead you may heal 2 wounds in any stress or any combination. For number 3, it is for each insanity, instead of healing 2, you may prevent the loss of sanity. And then the final stage is instead for each insanity, you may heal 2 and prevent the loss of sanity. So later on in the game, he can really like stand up for his insanity. And his color for us today is going to be the color, I don't know why I'm putting these things where they are. It's been a while since I played this. He is going to be in the color black ring, and here is his miniature. That is our little boy Julian. Julian from Yugoslavia. So whenever I'm taking his turn, I'll be very silent. Let's see what Julian's insanity is. And these are new insanities, so I'm excited about that. Julian is going to be over caring. At the start of the game, Julian will have to name a protected investigator. I pointed at Leon because Julian does not speak. Whenever your protected is in your space, when you hit an insanity mark, if your protected is in your space, they heal all wounds and you heal all stress. Otherwise, take 1 stress for each wound your protected has. If they are dead, nothing happens. Maybe I should have given him the one who had toughness. Too late now. So one of the new rules in Cthulhu Death May Die Fear of the Unknown is characters now have relics. So these relics are going to have 2 sides. This is going to be Julian's, the Ruby Talisman. And when I reach my 3rd insanity marker, that will flip over to, I'm hoping, a more powerful side. I don't know. But the Ruby Talisman on this side says once per roll before rolling dice, you may catch 1 fire to gain a bonus die. Okay, well, good for you, Julian, and your bonus dice. So that's Julian. Investigator number 1. Investigator number 2 is Mike Kozlov from Ruski Russia. Drasvidanya, Drasvitya. Anger is good, da, makes one feel alive. Mikhail. Oh, Mike. That's funny because that's the Mike who was speaking for Julian. So I'm just going to retcon because all of this makes more sense if Julian is overcaring for Mike, and we're just going to go that way because they have obviously some sort of relationship. Anywho. Mikhail was a Russian strongman for traveling circus. He would bend bars, juggle 50-pound weights, and wrestle bears into submission. My accent work is so terrible, and you are going to deal with it. Well, that last one was probably strange magic, but Mike is capable of some truly astonishing feats of raw might, particularly in a fight. And there is plenty of fighting in this line of work. Mike enjoys the challenge of facing these beasts head-on, which means he's probably a bit crazy. That said, he is in good company since only madmen seek out these nameless terrors and battle them heads on. Irony, I am part Russian. Okay, so his special ability is he is proficient. When attacking, for each stress that he spends to reroll a die, he may reroll 1 additional die. We only resolve 1 at a time. Level 2 is you may also do this on rolls that are not attacks. Level 3 is when attacking, he may heal 1 stress before the roll. And number 4 is you may also heal 1 stress before rolls that are not attacks. So he's, I guess, going to be our attacker. And he is going to be using the red base. And this is Mike Mikhail's miniature up here. Yes, okay, so we're going to come back down. And then finally, our final, wait, we have to do Mike's stuff. So Mike has impulsive aggression. That tracks. If there are no enemies in your space, you and each investigator in your space take 1 wound. Otherwise, deal wounds equal to the amount of stress you have to 1 enemy in your space. That's fun. And he has a rune-carved spear. Once per turn, if you kill an enemy during an attack, you may immediately attack again for free. So all of that works out very well for him to be a fighter. And you're not going to see the character sheets on the overhead because this map is just too big, and that's just what life is, and we're going to move on from that. All right, finally, we have Leon Barnes from Miami, Florida. Okay. He says, I'll slow down a bit and let you guys catch up. So Leon was a soldier in the Great War, an officer and a gentleman fighting alongside the British, who awarded him the Medal of Honor 3 times. He's got 2 Congressional Medals of Honor, several medals from the French, and the Kaiser personally put a bounty on Leon's head. Or rather, this is what Leon says about himself. Most people don't believe him, and that is probably wise. That said, he really does seem to know his stuff when it comes to a fight, but his boasts always come in with a wink and a smile, so there's no harm in it. He has marksman and swiftness. His special ability is show off. If there's another investigator in his space, he gets a extra bonus die. If there's another investigator in his space, level 2, within 2 spaces, he gets a bonus die. Level 3 is you also have 1 free reroll per roll if there's another investigator within 2 spaces. And finally, his top is instead for each investigator within 2 spaces, gain 1 green die and 1 free reroll per roll. So yeah, he's going to try to stick around everyone else. And his malediction is, this makes sense, megalomania! If there's no other investigator alive that has reached more insanity than him, he will heal all of his stress, otherwise take 2 stress. And he has a replica blade, which will allow him to gain a green bonus die when attacking a target in his space. So that is all of our people. And we're going to switch our view to the overhead. And this is the big sprawling map that we have here. So, today we will be going up against Azathoth. In most Arkham Horror games, Azathoth does not really have a physical form, and when Azathoth appears, game over. So I don't know how they're going to do that here, but it says enemies with cosmic tokens are cosmic enemies. They gain a bonus green die when attacking and have +1 health. Whenever Azathoth advances, we will move the nearest cosmic enemy 1 space towards you. Then summon, in order, 1 dancer of Azathoth and 1 cultist, both at the farthest gate. We will then place a cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic monster. I'm assuming that's to us. The cultists for Azathoth, these cultists exalt the demon Sultan. Good for them. And then the dancer of Azathoth rolls 2 black dice. When destroyed, place a cosmic token on the non-cosmic cultist or monster with the most health in its space, if any. Cool. Our storyline for scenario 1 is top of the morning, and morning is spelled Mourning, like, I'm so sad and mourning. Okay, Irish accent. Kilkenny was the site of one of the first witch trials in Western history, and one of the few to find actual witches. Now, though, cultists are using ancient energies to power their rituals, and I can't do Irish at all. As a side effect, the spirits of the old witches have risen. Petronilla de Meath, unjustly accused, and the witch Alice Cthulhu, who got her condemned, they are battling through their ancient feud anew. Only proving Petronilla's innocence will finally lay her spirit to rest, taking Alice along with her. Okay, so we're dealing with witch ghosts of the Irish countryside. In order to disrupt the ritual, we must have 4 jurors in the town square, all with their innocence side up. Whenever the Elder One advances, we will move each juror with their guilty side up, and that's these jurors with the little red side. We will move each juror with their guilty side face up, 1 space away from the town square if possible. Special rules: after the ritual is disrupted, we will remove all juror tokens from the board and ignore any juror effects from then on. Our 2 special abilities: 1 is gather jurors, move a juror in your space up to 2 spaces away, or convince a juror, choose a juror in your space and make a roll. Add a success for each evidence that you have, which could be an item or a companion. And on 4 or more successes, the juror is convicted. Turn its token over to the innocent side. So we have to convince the jurors of the innocence of the person. Our monsters are Ghasts and the Unknowable. Interestingly, we fought the Unknowable last weekend in Arkham Horror, the LCG. Well, didn't fight, ran away from down the stairs, but what happened? All right, Ghasts have 3 health, use 2 green dice. If they're attacked but not destroyed, the attacker takes a wound. They're ugly little brother truckers. This is their little brother trucker ugly mini. I forgot to show the little brother trucker ugly mini for the Unknowable. I really expected that to be a lot bigger, but whatever. And the Unknowable. Oh, and these are the dancers of Azathoth. They have cute little bugles. The Unknowable has 3 black and 1 red, 6 health. It cannot be wounded while there is another monster or cultist in its space. So that's a nasty big old brother trucker. Second new rule in this season is this Unknowable board. I'm using the easy version, which is 1 Unknowable. And essentially what the Unknowable board does is it lets you take monsters that are not part of your Elder One or the scenario and have them add an extra spark of nastiness to your scenario. And here we have the and this will also have cards for everything from seasons 1 and 2 to be mixed in as well. Whenever this attacks, it will heal 1 for each star rolled, and whenever the Elder One advances, the farthest one will move 3 spaces towards you, and any cultists in spaces it leaves follows it, and then we will summon 1 at the farthest gate. So these are going to just keep bothering us, and normally there would be 2 of those extra things instead of 1. I personally think 1 is going to be more than enough. I'm worried about it kind of ruining the flavor of the scenario, but we'll see how that all rolls out. So, boys and ghouls, with that all said, it is time to begin. And we are going to start with I can't do it. I can't be quiet. I have to narrate what I'm doing. It was a good idea, but whatever. All right. So, little old Julian in the starting space. We need to get to these cultists, these jurors. So, Julian is going to walk into this space with the ghast for action 1. For action 2, we are going to fight the ghast. And I don't get any extra green dice or nothing like that. Oh, once per roll, before rolling dice, I may catch one fire. If I do, gain a green. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my relic and catch a fire. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I don't destroy this, it'll do 1 wound to me anyway. So might as well take the fire. And okay, so we have got more than enough to kill this thing. We did get 1 sanity. When making any roll except against yourself, after all rerolls, you may heal 1 stress or wound for each insanity. But I didn't have any stress or wounds from that roll because I did just fine. You know, maybe? No, I'm going to leave it like that. I'll take the 1 insanity. I will kill the ghast. That was my second action. And now for my third action, I am going to go to this space with the juror. And hopefully that will all be fine for me. Cool. Now we will draw a Mythos card. I haven't played this in a while. I've been waiting for this for a while. Okay, so this is one of the new cards, which is Unknown Behavior. And this is what interacts with the Unknowable. So this Unknowable monster is going to move 2 spaces towards me. And I actually have to immediately draw the next card. That's not the only Mythos effect. So it just gets... And here we go. I drew again the second one of those cards. I shuffled it so much. And here comes the Unknowable monster already messing things up for our friends in the middle of nowhere. But now we have the Blind Idiot God. If Azathoth is on the board, which Azathoth is not, so we're going to skip that part of the text and that'll be a surprise for us later. Otherwise, each cosmic enemy will move 1 space towards you. There are no cosmic enemies. We are summoning a cultist on yellow. And luckily for us, that is not a elder thingy sign thing either. And so there's nothing in my space. I will get to draw a discovery card. Here is the symbol for the morning and top of the morning to you. And I have found a flask. Clouding both your judgment and your problems. Now, I may claim the flask, and then I can take... Okay, I can claim the flask. I can take the empty flask side... so I can drink from the flask to heal all my stress, and it will go to the other side of my board, and then if I'm at the pub, I can refill the flask. So that's pretty cool. It's not a piece of evidence, though. It's just going to go on my little sideboard there. Now I have to resolve end of turn, so I must roll for fire because I decided to set myself on fire. I did not take any damage from said fire, and that's the end of Julian's turn. Here's what Julian has to say about his turn. Okay, now it's Mike's turn. All right. All right, so Mike... we're just going to have to try to take down this over here. And I get an extra green die for my brawling skill when attacking. And if I spend a stress, I will be able to reroll 2 dice instead of 1 die. So I should be able to get to a place where I do all 4 damage to take this thing out. I've started off with 2. I'm going to use a stress to reroll 1, and I get to reroll an additional 1 because I have my special skill. I am still missing 1 point. I really, really want to take this out in 1 hit, so I'm going to reroll that die again. And there we go with our 4 successes. And we have a dead thought. All right. And that was all on one attack, which is pretty nifty. We already have Little Boy Blue over there on the red space. There's no way for me to... There's my food. There's no way for me to get to one of these other jurors without dragging a whole bunch of stuff with me. So I'm just going to heal and restore my 2 stress. Oh, I killed an enemy during an attack, so I can attack again for free. But that doesn't really matter because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so with all of that said, I am going to draw a Mythos card. So the car stopped in front of my house, did not get out. Heck, where is my food? Okay. Mythos card. Ghastly Presence. See what it did there? Because there's ghasts, so it's a ghastly presence. Ghastly Presence. We are going to move the Unknowable and each ghast 1 space towards us. Now, I feel like I screwed up. I feel like there was supposed to... Oh, there's a ghast over there. Okay, so the Unknowable is going to move here. This ghast is going to move here. And we're going to summon another ghast on blue. So all of that went very badly for our friend Mike. That is also one of the symbols that has a baddie symbol on it. All bad news. All bad news. And the Unknowable is going to attack Mike. So the Unknowable rolls a lot of dice. Luckily, Mike has toughness, so that's good. Ooh. So this is a very bad roll. We're just going to go ahead and take 4 stress and re-roll all of that. 3 stress because I get 1 free re-roll because that was just nasty. Look, I've done it again. So we're going to re-roll 2 of these. Wow, that's wild. And okay, so Mike has taken 3 damage and 1 insanity. So that is absolutely terrible for Mike. Mike is supposed to be the strong person, and that all happened. Now I'm going to take a quick little look outside the door and see if my food came. Food. My food is in the fridge. We are carrying on with our day. Excellent. Mike got attacked. Bad things happened. Oi, these monsters are everywhere, says Mike. I don't know what kind of accent that was, but that's what I did. Okay, now, oh yeah, that was the one that's gone. On to Leon. Luckily, Leon is our marksman friend. I can attack a monster from 1 space away. I am going to do that even though I don't get the extra points for my show-off ability because I said so. All right. So first attack against the Unknowable is 1 damage. We're going to use 2 stress on that. 2 damage and an insanity. We'll keep that one for now because I've got 3 hits to do a total of 6 damage. All right. Second action is going to be to attack again. Ooh, that's what I want to see. 3 damage. Just got to do 1 more damage. See, now if I had re-rolled that first one, I would have been able to do something else with my 3rd action here, but here we go. We're just going to attack 1 more time. I'm going to take that insanity because why not? And we have removed the Unknowable from the board. Excellent. Good job, Leon. Thanks. I'll slow down and let you catch up. Gosh, he's a dork. Okay, anywho. All right, we're going to draw a Mythos card. I just killed the Unknowable, and it's the Unknowable. The Unknowable moves 2 spaces towards you. Any cultists in spaces it leaves follow you, but it's not there. We're going to resummon it on yellow. Fudge Kicker the Unknowable. Okay, well that is now 2 out of 3 of those nasty things. Good news is we get to draw a discovery card, and we found a very famous woman in white. A ghostly woman observes you in silence. You may take 2 stress to claim the woman in white. We're going to take 2 stress. While you have the woman in white. So do those count? I think everything counts as evidence because I haven't seen evidence on any cards, so we're going to just assume that, but whatever. While you have her, gain 1 level in arcane mastery. This companion may not be given wounds, so I now have arcane mastery because I've claimed the woman in white. Good for Leon. Okay? That is it for end of turn there. We're going to go back to Julian. Now, Julian's in a very nice space. Julian is a very nice space. Julian is going to... I'm just going to make sure the keyword evidence doesn't appear here anywhere. Yeah, so every item or companion is evidence. So I can try to convince the juror in my space by rolling 3 dice. Now, I get +1 success for my flask. So I need to get all 3 successes to turn this over. I have arcane mastery, so right now that's 2 successes. We are going to go ahead and take a stress to re-roll this. We're going to take a stress to re-roll that again. I only have 1 level of arcane mastery, so we're going to take a stress to re-roll that again. And there we go. We got the total of 3 successes that we need. So a few things are going to happen here. We're going to flip this juror over to its innocent side. We are going to take 2 insanity, and I may heal 1 stress or 1 wound for each insanity I rolled, which was 2. So we're going to heal 2 of my insanity. I did not do fire catching that time. For my second action, I am going to move a juror in my space up to 2 spaces away. So I'm going to move this juror over to the town square where it belongs. I am then, because I don't think the Unknowable is going to move again, I am going to go ahead and move 2 spaces to the town square because I want to try to get another discovery, and I'm going to end my turn there and draw a Mythos card. Cosmic! What is happening to the board here? Hey board. Oh good, my camera is on like a 10-minute delay, it's like. Okay, great, that's lovely. Cosmic Presence. Each cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards you, but currently there is no cosmic enemy, so that's nice. It's going to go on my pile, and bad things are going to happen this turn. We're going to draw a discovery, and we have found the ghost of the 4th husband. We have found a ghost of the 4th husband. Honest John never spoke a lie in death or in life. I may either take 2 stress to claim the husband, or if I do not, I will get the hexed condition. I mean, I'm going to take 2 stress and claim the husband. When you convince a juror, if you succeed, you turn over every juror on your space to its innocent side. Ooh, so we could like just try to throw the tourists. We could just try to get the jurists in there and then have Julian silently convince them. Julian goes like, and they just listen because he's a kid and he can't talk, and that convinces them. It's all very nice, very, very nice. Okay, anywho, we have 3 in the discard pile. So Azathoth, he's going to silently move over here. Whenever Azathoth advances, move the nearest cosmic enemy. There is none. Summon 1 dancer and 1 cultist at the farthest gate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's this gate over here. And then I will place a cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic monster. And the cultist does not count as a monster, so that will go on the Unknowable, which is very, very nasty, shitty poo-poops. That's nasty, shitty poo-poops. Okay, on our episode, each juror that is guilty will move 1 space away from the town square. So this juror is going to move here, this juror is going to move here, this juror is going to move here. So maybe I should have gone to collect those before getting the closer one, but whatever. And the guy is going to spawn at the farthest gate. So this graveyard, out here is a hot mess of monsters right now. All right, and then we're going to shuffle this back into the deck, and and hopefully our intrepid team of circus monkeys. Hopefully our intrepid team of circus monkeys figures their lives out, basically. Okay. So, a needle pulling thread. I feel like Julian's going to try to hold his own in the town square, while the others try to go deal with, try to get these other jurors corralled over there. Is I think what we're going to see happen for the time being. So, Mike. So Mike is going to move 1, 2, and take that cultist on with him into the bar. Now, there's another space underneath the bar that you can't even see on the board because it's like all the way off on the bottom here. Of course, I'm doing things on the table and then you see it happen like 18 minutes later. So that's fun too. Maybe that's because the camera's up so high and it's trying to film some. I don't know. Ugh. I should have a Patreon and you should all buy me better materials. Okay, cool. This camera is just not. Okay, now he's moving. Okay, that's what I just did. That's what I just did, and now I'm going to explain the story. Okay, great. So we are going to go ahead and fight a cultist in my space with my second action. These cultists each have 2 health. Yeah. That's a very dead cultist. My stress is at full. So, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done all that because I was dying. I'm going to rewind. We're going to rewind back to here. We're going to heal. And we're going to heal stress. And we're going to heal stress. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to stand around and heal. So all of that time that I spent waiting for the camera to catch up was all just completely and totally irrelevant to everything. Cool beans. All right, we have, look, it's the ghastly presence again, but because again, this camera is like 18 hours behind, you're not gonna see what I'm doing when I'm doing it. This is the worst video I've ever taped. Okay, the Unknowable and each ghast move 1 space towards me. That's the Unknowable, that's a ghast, that's a ghast. And then we summon a ghast on blue, which is here. So the good news about that is none of them reach me, so at least Mike will get a discovery. Mike's discovery is an embalmed bird, which I held up to the camera, but you won't see for 5 more minutes. It is a gruesome talisman, oddly calming, yet quite sinister. I may claim the bird. When I claim the bird, I may choose not to activate my insanity. If I do that, then I take the hexed condition side of this card. So, I mean, I'm probably... Okay, so this says item evidence, and this says companion evidence. So I should not have been able to do what I did before, but we're just going to keep going. So so it does specifically say evidence on the item cards. Don't be like me, do better things. Okay, that was that. Nothing advances. We're going to move on to Leon. And this is all good because Leon can come here and he's now going to get the extra green die when he shoots from his show-off ability. I believe... I think in terms of like having a more successful overall game, he is going to go ahead and try to take down the Unknowable again first. So I get 3 black and 1 green. The Replica Blade gives me extra damage when attacking something in my space, which is silly. So even though I have Marksman, yeah, I'm going to actually go ahead and go all the way to the Town Square, because then I'll get 2 green dice instead of 1. So that is 3 successes on my first attack roll. I would not have been able to get everything done this first time, so I am just going to... Oh, actually, that's 4 successes, because I do have 1 level of Arcane Mastery. So I'm just going to go ahead and take those 4 successes. I am going to go ahead and take 2 Insanity, because I forgot to heal. And now I can raise my show-off skill by 1. So that's nice. Okay, cool. Oh, and I had a thing. If there's no other investigator alive that has reached more insanity than me, which is true, I heal all of my stress. So that was actually perfect because I healed all my stress. And now I get to go in for my second attack, which does more than enough damage. I'm just going to go ahead and take that insanity because we're early on in the game. We do kill, yes, we do kill the nameless again, which means that we also got to get rid of that cosmic horror token, which is fantastic. And yeah, that was a very nice turn. Very nice turn, Leon. And we have drawn, we just keep drawing ghasts. This one just says ghast. Instead of ghastly presence, it is ghast. Move the nearest ghast 2 spaces towards you. I'm like moving, I'm so tired of this video being behind. I'm sorry this whole video is a mess, but I'm taping it anyway. Then move 1 juror in its space away from the town square. We're just gonna go ahead and move that. We're gonna move that because one of them is going to stay around there anyway, so we're just going to move it towards that direction. And then we're going to summon a ghast on red. So this red space up here is Nightmaresville. And there is now a ghast on my space. So it is going to attack me for 2 green dice. Poor Leon gets attacked. This is a day that I'm having. Oh, boy, that's okay. All right. And we have rolled 1 attack for the gas. We will go ahead and just take that 1 damage because whatever. And that is the end of Leon's turn. Back to Julian. Julian cannot rest because of things. Julian is going to go ahead and, be a little silly. Now, Julian's going to attack first. Julian is going to attack the ghast and catch fire to get an extra green with his ruby talisman. And I have done the 3 damage that I need, which you can't see me holding up on the screen because of life. And we kill this ghast. So that ghast is dead. Julian is currently in the town square. And for Julian's second action, Julian is going to run from the town square all the way to the train station on the left, which you can't see me do yet again. And then for Julian's third action, Julian is going to fight this cultist, but not roll an extra dice because there shouldn't be any reason to. And we got 2 successes with 2 insanity. So that we'll use a reroll to reroll one of those insanities. Okay, cool. We kill this cultist. We get an insanity up. I may heal 1 stress or wound for each insanity that I rolled, so I get to heal that stress. And if my protected is in your space, they heal all wounds. Otherwise, take 1 stress for each wound your protector has, who does not have any wounds. And then I can level something up. So I'm going to go ahead and level up Silent Witness to instead, you may heal 2 wounds or stress in any combination. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to level up Arcane Mastery to give me extra successes on those dice. Cool. Oh, it looks like the video caught up. How lovely. Okay, so we're going to draw a Mythos card, and we have drawn Whispering Lies. Each juror in the same space as a cultist is turned to their guilty side. Does not do anything, does not have one of those nasty symbols. That was a great card. And now we get to draw a discovery card for Julian. Julian has found a vial of poison. Fantastic. A vial of sweet release for you or for them. I may take 1 wound to claim the vial of poison, then later on I can discard it to get an extra 2 green dice, we're definitely going to do, well, let's say one wound. Yeah, we're definitely going to take a wound to get that vial of poison. 1 hundo P. Moving on to Mike's turn. Mike is actually in pretty good shape now. Mike is now going to do the charge ahead that I was talking about doing before. Mike is going to fully run into the pub, which has 2 cultists and 1 ghast in it. That is what Mike is doing. So Mike is going to roll, first going to attack one of the cultists. And I have gotten 1 success. So we're going to get to reroll 2 dice. That's 1 reroll, that's 2 reroll, and then that's the 2 successes that I need. So we kill a cultist. Because of my spear, I can do an immediate attack again for free, which we will do on cultist number 2. And we will use a reroll on that. And we will use a reroll on that again. And we will use our final reroll because we suck. Okay, so we've killed the second cultist, but we've used all of our shizzles, and we get an insanity. Oh, wait, I get to roll 2 dice for each stress, so I still have 1 left. And then my third action, because my second action was those 2 attacks in tandem, so for my third action, I'm going to attack the ghast in my room. And that's a much better roll of 3 with an insanity, which I'm holding up to the camera, and the camera does not care about. So I get an insanity, I kill the final ghast, and I have cleared the room. Das is what we do, we kill the room, says the Mikael. Okay, so draw Mythos card. The Unknowable! The Unnamable moves 2 spaces towards you. Any cultist in a space it leaves follows it, but it's going to summon itself in yellow. And now we get a discovery card from Mikael. We have found the town sheriff. He is in way over his head, but of course, so am I. I made 2 stress to claim either the town sheriff or the pistol. Unfortunately, I only have 1 stress that I can take, so I don't get either of those things. For the record, the pistol lets you get 2 free rerolls when you attack. Town Sheriff lets you gain level 1 marksman for free. And I just have to discard it because I don't have the stress to gain, which is so, so sad. And we do have 3 thingamabobs, so Azathoth advances. We will move the nearest, there's no cosmic enemies on the board. We will summon 1 dancer with Azathoth, add 1 cultist at the farthest gates. This place is ridiculous up here. And we will place a cosmic token on the nearest monster, which is going to be this ghast over here. Then, each juror who's guilty will move 1 space away from the town square if possible. They are both as far away from the town square as they can be. The farthest Ginakhlithnan is going to move 3 spaces towards me, and we will and all of these cultists will follow it, and we will summon the second Gayathnathan at the farthest gate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can choose which one. We're just going to keep stuffing it back. Actually, no. We're gonna stuff it back there because we don't want to deal with that and the Unnamable popping up in level space 3 over here. And that is how we're doing. This is not going fantastically. It is not going swimmingly. We are definitely having a lot of trouble convincing these jurors to follow us on our way. But it is what it is, what it is, what it is, it is what it is, what it is. It is what it is, what it is, what it is, it is what it is, what it is. Do you like my song? I did not like my song. My song was a poopy song. That was a poopy, poopy, poopy song. Poopy, poopy, poopy song. Okay. We have shuffled the Mythos deck, and it is now going to be Leon's turn. Leon's turn. So Leon's going to do something a little interesting to get the most out of his turn. Leon is going to run to Julian's space, and the Unnamable is going to follow him. Leon is then going to, actually I don't need to, oh yeah, because I want to be in the same space because of my blade, because I'm a marksman with a blade, because all of that makes sense. So I get to use 2 extra green dice while attacking the Unnamable. I got a massive 1 success on that first attack. I am going to use a stress to roll 1. Still blank. I'm going to use another stress to roll 1. I'm going to use another stress to roll 1. Okay, I've gotten that up to 2 successes, which at least means that the next attack could kill the Unnamable if I can do 4 more damage on my die roll of 5. And it is now my final attack. I need 4 hits. And I have gotten 1, 2 hits. There's no point using a stress because I can't kill it anyway. So we're going to go ahead and just put 2 more damage on it, bringing it to 4. Hate this thing. It's so nasty. And I got 2 insanity from that roll, so that's lovely too. And yeah, that's his turn. Poor Leon. Oh no, I'm moving the nearest glue monster 2 spaces towards me. There goes the glue monster. It has moved from 32A to 38A since things are so slow. Okay, then I have to draw another card because that was a fake card. Oh, I have finally drawn a card called the Dancer of Azathoth. Each cultist and Dancer of Azathoth moves 1 space towards you. Because they're like the Pied Pipers. There we go. Okay. Then I will summon a Dancer of Azathoth on red. This red space is ridiculous here. Okay, that was that. And then the Unnamable attacks Leon. Now, this could kill me, and then it's game over. So that's fun. I rolled 3 hits and 1 insanity. I'm going to take a stress to try to get rid of one of those hits, and I failed. So that's 3 hits and 1 insanity. Nobody is as insane as me, so I heal all of my stress. I will get an extra die from now on, and I am going to give myself this show-off thing for more rerolls. And Leon's in trouble. Just he's in TRUBLE trouble. You know, I forgot to roll for Julian's fire before, so I'm just going to do that now, and it was not a hit, so that was fine. Okay, moving on to Julian's turn. Great. Well, we have to finish killing the Unnamable. That is what we have to do. So we will go ahead and try to do that. I only need 2 successes, so I'm not going to set myself on fire. I got 2 successes. I'm not going to hold up to the camera because it doesn't matter because you can't see anything I do anyway, so that's great. We've done that. I have 2 pieces of evidence. You know, we just need to try to get those things into the town square for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and heal. And then I'm... no. What do I want to do with this? I'm going to go ahead and try to convince the juror. I get 2 extra successes, so I only need 2 successes to flip it. I got 2 successes. I can flip that juror to innocent. Good job, Julian. Good job, good job, good job. Did I reach insanity this turn? No, it was a previous turn. Now I draw Mythos card. It's another ghastly presence. We are going to move the Unnamable and each ghast 1 space towards me and summon another ghast on blue. This is not an easy scenario for monster combination. And that is, so Julian gets to find a card. Julian has now found the ghost of the first husband, not the second husband, not the fourth husband, but the first husband. William the merchant man, a smiling face and friendly word. Everyone liked him, even a witch. I can take 2 stress to claim the husband, which will give me 1 free gather jurors action each turn, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we're definitely doing that. I've got so much evidence. Julian is just like the most convincing little boy in town. And we're gonna move on to Mike's turn. Where's Mike? Mike is down here with this ghast and the other ghast. So Mike is gonna move into the room with the juror, taking this ghast with him. And for first action. For second action, Mike is going to fight the gas that is not cosmic, the uncosmic gas. And I have rolled 2 successes. I am going to use a stress to try to make that a third one. I fail. Oh, I get to roll 2 dice whenever because I'm proficient. Aha! Aha! Ha! Now I've gotten 3 successes. So I kill the non-ghastly gas, which gives me a free attack action against the ghastly gas. These are real rolls, I swear. And I have gotten 2 successes against that one. And I cannot use a stress because I'm at full stress. So I only do 2 hits, and the ghastly gas will give me 1 wound. So it was 1 action. Second action was to fight both. So then I can use a third action to attack it again, which should kill it, and does kill it. So it's dead. That's not true because it actually has 4 life, not 3 life. Oh, that sucks because it's cosmic. So it does do another wound to me. Oh, I might die too. And I get another insanity. If there's no enemies in your space, you and each investigator in your space takes 1 wound. Otherwise, deal wounds equal to the amount of stress you have to 1 enemy in your space. So going insane has actually gone ahead. This gas, this space isn't even on the board. You can't see it because the board's too big. But that did kill the ghast on my space, which is lovely. And I can go more insane. I've got insane. Ooh, I get a free reroll when attacked or rolling for fire. I can also do that on rerolls that are not attacked. I'm going to go ahead and increase my toughness because I'm very, very much almost dead, and that's not great. And reveal a Mythos card. Whispering Lies. Each juror in the same space as a cultist is turned guilty, but there are none, so that's fantastic. Discovery card, but I have no. I found a bartender. I keep my shillelagh, I don't even know what that means, under the counter. Shillelagh, good for walking and keeping unruly patrons civil. I can claim the bartender. At the end of your turn, if you're in the pub, you can take the shillelagh side of this card instead, which when you run, you may move an additional space, and when attacking a target in your space, get 2 green. I'm right next to the pub, so that's going to be really nice because I'll be able to swap that out. Okay, that's it for Mike. Moving on to Leon. Leon gets the free rolls whenever there's an investigator within 2 spaces, which our friend is. So first, Leon is going to heal 3 because Leon was almost dead. Leon is going to gather jurors. Is Leon going to gather jurors? No. Leon is going to move over to the town square. Can I kill that in 1 hit? I think I can. Because I get 1, 2, 3. I get 3 extra green dice. So I think I can one-shot this. Yeah. And we're going to try to kill the Gnocklemith next. And I have rolled, I rolled like 5 successes. So yeah, that's very dead. That was my third action because I healed first. So we are going to go ahead and draw a Mythos card. Uh-oh, it's unknown behavior. So this is going to move 1 space towards me. Lovely. And ghostly energies. Each investigator in a space with a juror takes 1 wound. So that's 1 wound for Julian. Oh! Nope, that's just when attacked. Or, oh no, poor Mike. Then each investigator loses 1 sanity for each hexed condition they have. But luckily, none of them are hexed, so that's fine. We get to draw a discovery for Leon, which is the ghost of the second husband. Adam the Smith. A huge man of fearsome strength, brought low through sorcery. I can get 2 stress to claim the husband. Jurors cannot leave my space unless I allow them to. The town square is a great place to be with that power, that's for sure. Unfortunately, that was our 3rd mythos symbol. So Azathoth is going to advance again. There are no cosmic enemies on the board. We will summon 1 dancer of Azathoth and 1 cultist at the farthest gate from Leon, which is that terrible one up in the corner again. All jurors that are guilty move 1 space away, which is only the 1. The Giachlanacht moves 1, 2, 3, taking any cultists with it. And then we summon the other Giachlanacht at the farthest gate, which once again is up there. All right. Now, the next time things advance, this is the problem. The next time things advance, Azathoth is going to appear on the board. And I am nowhere, I'm not close at all to accomplishing my task. Now, this is the thing that's interesting about when you play, like my previous videos, I was usually playing with 2 characters, which gives me actually a lot more flexibility to get stuff done in a certain number of turns. When you're playing with 3 players, you might get 1 turn per advancement, which is kind of almost what's happening here. And things can go bad very, very, very quickly. Also, that's what's happening here. It's a bad news table for our friends. Yeah. Bad news table for our friends. Bad news table for my life. Bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. Everywhere is bad news. This unknowable thing does make things a little harder or trickier as well. So that's, yeah, there's a lot of tricky stuff going on. Why am I revealing that? It shouldn't be. Just going to cut it one time. And I think we're at Julian's, if I'm correct. So Julian's first gets a free gather jurors action, so we're going to go ahead and move that there. Julian is going to move 1 space here. Gather jurors, move 1 space here. I mean, I know that seems kind of pointless, but I really can't think of what else to do. Mythos card, if there's any juror token in the town square, place 1 of them in the pub. Dang. Oh! Jurors cannot leave Leon's space unless he allows it. So that didn't happen. Cool. All right. Discovery card for Julian is the Book of Spells. Arcane secrets sweetly whispered in your ear. I can take 1 stress to claim the Book of Spells, which gives me 1 free action, 1 free reroll per turn, and if I have Arcane Mastery, which I do, it's 1 free reroll per roll instead. Wow. Julian's all decked out. Okay. On to Mike. Yes. Mike is going to use an action to move a juror 2 spaces. He's going to move 1, 2. He's going to use an action to move a juror 2 spaces. I feel like that's the best thing for him to do. Even though I could swap. No, we're gonna go ahead and leave this one here. And we are going to just move 1 space and heal 1 wound and heal 2 stress for investigation purposes. Yeah. Because I want to stop there. He draws a Mythos card. Cosmic Upheaval. Oh, it has an Elder Thing symbol on it, and I draw another card. That's terrible. The Blind Idiot God. Azathoth is not on the board, so each cosmic enemy, there is no cosmic enemy. We summon a cultist on yellow. We love it. That was perfect. That Blind Idiot God. Good for it. Whoo! Whoo, whoo, guacamole. Whoo, whoo, guacamole. Get a discovery. We have found a ritual knife. I can take 1 wound to claim the ritual knife. Best not to think of the many uses it's been put to. I can now count insanity as successes when attacking. That's nice. And good news, I ended my turn at the pub, so Sean the bartender is going to become a shalalalaga. I like that I'm using words that don't exist. Shalalalaga. Okay. Good job, Mike. On to Leon. So Leon really does not want to leave the town square for a wide variety of reasons. I am going to use an action to heal all of my stuff up to full. I am going to shoot I'm going to shoot a cultist. Let's just try to kill some of those cultists in the next room off. Because that should be really, really easy to do, actually, for me. Okay. Shot 1. That is definitely 2 damage on a cultist. I am going to try to get out of some insanity on that roll. I did. So that's 1 dead cultist. Second attack is going to be shooting another cultist. 1, 2, 3. I'll take the 1 sanity from that one instead of stress. Kill the second cultist. So cleaning up house over there. That's nice. Get a Mythos card. Each cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards you, but there are no cosmic enemies. So I am fine. And I get a discovery, which is a pot of gold. Found without its rainbow could come in handy as a bargaining chip. You may claim the pot of gold. When investigating, you may claim evidence without taking stress or wounds. When you convince a juror instead of rolling, you can discard this to automatically succeed. Well, yeah, I'm going to take that pot of gold. Thank you very much. Taking the pot of gold. Thank you very. All right, I got your pot of gold. Okay, I don't know what accent that was. I'm so sorry. That was. Whew, you couldn't get much more lamer than that. Okay, so back to Julian. All right. Now Julian needs to do some shit. Julian is going to heal 3 stress, firstly. Secondly, I hate that I can't kill all of these things, but I think we gotta do what we gotta do. Julian's gonna, because these are gonna come along with him, Julian's gonna run and bring all of these right into the room with Mike. Because I think that's going to be the best way to like really stick it to them. He's actually going to use, he has stealth. So one time when he runs, an enemy doesn't follow him. So we can leave this one cultist here. And then I only have to attack 2 instead of 3. So firstly, how much? The Gyathicon does a lot more damage than the cultist. So I'm going to try my darndest to take that out. I don't get any extra red dice because my leg sucks, but I am going to set myself on fire to get 1 extra that I can hopefully catch this back. I got 1 success. I'm going to re-roll all 3 of these dice. Now I have 3 successes, which is better. Not ideal, because I don't have any more. I don't have anything else I can do about that. But I'm going to roll. My 3rd attack is going to be to try to kill the thing. I did kill it, but I did gain 3 insanity at the time, which actually isn't terrible, because I can heal 1 stress or wound for each insanity I gain. So I can heal 1 wound and 2 stress with that. I do get 1, 2, 3 insanity, which is not ideal, but it's fine. Oh, I get 1 free reroll per roll because of my, so I didn't roll 1 of those insanities because I forgot all about my book of spells. Mythos phase, each juror in the same space as a cultist is turned to their guilty side. It doesn't affect anything, luckily. And so I don't get a discovery. This cultist is going to attack me. And it does 2 damage to me? What is this? I don't think that's true. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll 1 of those. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll 1 of those again. Okay, I take 1 damage, not 2 damage. That would have sucked. Then I have to roll for my fire, which is an insanity. That's against myself, so I can't heal from it. The insanity track just goes up. That's the end of turn. So that was Julian. Julian did something interesting with all that. Okay, so moving on to Mike. Mike does want to try to kill 2 things at once, but does not want to go all the way to that area over there. So Mike is going to move into this area with the 2 cultists. He's going to attack the first cultist. When attacking a target in my space, I get 2 green. I get a green for brawling. I have to do 2 damage. I have definitely done 2 damage. One of those was an insanity, which I'll just take because why not? And then I get a free action, which is also a very handy dandy, simple damage, killing this other cultist. And I didn't want to spend any stress, but my final action is going to be to heal my 3 wounds. Cool beans, and oh yeah, those are both dead. Killed a whole bunch of stuff, did everything I need to do. Ghastly presence. Move the Unknowable, which is not on the board still somehow. Oh yeah, it is. It's all the way over here. Stupid Unknowable. Move the Unknowable, and each ghast 1 space towards you. Summon a ghast at will, which is south of the pub off screen. Okay, nothing's in my space. I get to do a discovery. The ghost of the 3rd husband. Ugh, these ghosts everywhere. Richard the barrister, a man of letters who learned his last lesson too late. I can take 2 stress to claim him. When you convince a juror, if you have another evidence, you get 2 free rerolls. Lovely. I've got so much evidence, so much things, but I just can't get the jurors where I need them because I'm overwhelmed with monsters because of and here it comes. Azathoth is going to spawn. So, what space does Azathoth spawn on? Is the question. Oh. Right, I reveal stage 2, and that's going to say where. Okay, so add this. Here we go. Azathoth is spawning. When revealed, summon Azathoth into your space. Oh dear. And place into your space. Summon 1 dancer of Azathoth into your space. Place 1 cosmic token on every non-cosmic cultist or monster in your space. And whenever Azathoth or a cosmic enemy attacks, stars are also insanity marks. So things are about to go really bad. Each guilty juror moves 1 space away. That's actually okay. This thing is going to move 3 spaces towards Mike, and the cultist follows it, and we summon the other Gathmathnathnathin. So I like the. I'm just going to pause here and say I like the what the Unknowable thing brings to the game. I do not think I will use that rule the first time I play a scenario moving forward, unless I end up realizing that it does something different. So I just want to take a look through some of these Unknowable cards. So the gas will move near its closest thing. The deep ones. So these do things that are a little bit different than what their normal ability is. So they're actually like stronger versions than the regular versions is what it seems like. Maybe I'll keep it that I'll do 1 just to kind of like get a flavor for it, unless I lose every fight, because this one's not even going to be close. But yeah, I don't know why I still have health on the Unknowable. It hasn't been damaged this time around. Okay, so Mike. Poor little Mike. That was Mike's turn. Mike is not in a good place. And Mike has like no way to like flee because anything he does, he's going to just get followed around by this thing from now on, which is freaking terrible, but is what it is. So, Leon. Leon has a gun, so Leon can at least kill the cultist near him and the dancer near him, which I think is pretty much all I can try to do with what's going on here. All right, so Leon's got to stay there so that those jurors never can move. and Leon is going to go ahead and shoot the Hyper of Azathoth. When destroyed, place a cosmic token on the non-cosmic cultist or monster with most health in its space. So yeah, I want to do that because the Elder thing is not a monster. So I get 1, 2 extra green, and I have to do 3 damage. 2 damage. Oh, it's whoopee. Okay, yeah, I did 2 damage to it. Oh, I have to do 3 damage to it. I have it on my level of Arcane Mastery, that is 3 damage. So it's dead. Second action is going to be to kill the cultist next to me. I've gotten more than enough to do that, and I do want to go ahead and become more insane because I heal all of my stress. I get to flip the replica blade, which instead of replica blade, it's now Excalibur. You'll see this pop up. Oh, here it is. It turns into Excalibur, and it's got all of this craziness on it. That's so cool. Okay, I love this mechanic. And then I get to raise a thing. I could raise my swiftness to give myself a free run action each turn. And I can run 1 additional space. So I could move 4 spaces. And one of those could be a free movement. And that's a way that on the next turn I could run up to that corner in the upper right and start moving the juror around, even though it's going to be very dangerous for me. For now, I'm just going to actually pass for my third action because I said so. All right, so Mythos phase, Ghastly Presence, move the Unknowable and each ghast 1 space towards you. That. Summon a ghast on blue. And yeah, I get to do a discovery. Human Teeth, grisly talismans that absorb and devour harmful energies. Difficult to make, painful to harvest. I can take 1 stress to claim the human teeth, and it makes me immune to being hexed, which will be great for when I run around like a wild person in a round. All right, cool. Cool. Julian. Yes. Julian. Julian is going to use a free gather jurors action to move this juror over here. Julian is going to try to kill the ghast in his space. He's just too wounded to do the tricky stuff I would like to do, so I just can't do it. I am going to take a fire to add a green to this roll. Julian has not really locked his mind very much yet, which is somewhat unfortunate. I did get 3 successes. One of those is going to be an insanity, kind of on purpose. So I'm going to use that to reduce my stress by 1. I kill the ghast in my space. I get to, my protected is not in my space, but does not have any wounds, so I don't take any extra stress from overcarrying. And I get to level up a skill, which will be stealth. So now, when I run, I can sneak 3 times instead of 1 time. And that is going to help me for everything else that needs to happen. But for my third action, this turn, I'm just going to heal 2 wounds and 1 stress. And then I draw a Mythos card. Okay, so that just means I draw another Mythos card. And Ghast. Move the nearest ghast 2 spaces towards you. That is terrible. Move 1 juror in its space, 1 space away from the town square, but there is none. I'm choosing to move the 1 from here instead of the 1 from here for reasons. I summon a ghast on red, and then the ghast attacks me. So it's a good thing that I healed and all that stuff. Wow, 2. I'm going to take 2 stress to reroll both of those. Those are both still hits. And I have no more stress. So that's 2 wounds from that, and 1 wound from fire, and Julian is F-U-C-K'd. F-U-C-K'd. And because things are so wonderful, We're going to advance again. So Azathoth advances, we move the nearest cosmic enemy, there is no cosmic enemies. We summon one dancer and cultist in the farthest gate from me. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're actually going to summon these back here for now. Place a cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic monster, which is the frickin' ghast in my space. Each juror moves one space away. Fudge. And this moves 1, 2, 3 towards me, but no cultists follow it, and there's no other one to summon. And we're back to being in a terrible, terrible, terrible precarious situation. On to Mike's turn, and here's the problem: is Mike is engaged with an Azathoth. So wherever Mike goes, Azathoth goes, which is awful for literally everyone in the game, everyone involved. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible situation. Now, when he moves, he can move one additional space, which is nice. So the one thing that he can do is get all of these other monsters like out of the way for now. So I can run a total of 4 spaces. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to literally just pull all of this nonsense into this space on the side and try to deal with them to the best of my ability for as long as I can. Yeah. And that's good, because if I go insane, that also deals damage, which is lovely. So we're going to go ahead and attack. We're going to start with one of the... We're going to try to take out the unnamed. We get a free attack for killing something. We are going to start with one of the Ganakamathon. Things. One of them. I'm going to start with one of them. The problem is he's never going to be able to razz, so that's going to suck. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, including taking 2 insanity, which is enough to kill one of them. I get 2 insanity. Because there are enemies in my space, I can deal... I have 4 stress. So I can deal 4 stress to something else in my space, automatically kill this other one because of that. And I get to level up a skill. And the skill I'm going to level up is going to be the thing that lets me reduce wounds and insanity taken from any source, which will be lovely. Actually, no. I need to be able to heal stress. So I am going to go ahead and increase proficient, which lets me roll additional dice. And then when I go insane again, I'll be able to start healing stress. And I think that'll be good. Okay, cool. So that was my second action. And now for my third action, I am going to fight the nameless, the Unknowable. And I actually get a whole extra die for that one. So that's great. And I've rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because my insanity also counts as a hit. So that's 6 damage, taking out the Unknowable in 1 hit. I get to reduce one of my sanity. No, that's one attacked. I'm going to take 3 more insanity. That's potentially problematic, but I feel like it's still the best thing to do. And I'm now alone with the cultist and an Azathoth, and I've cleared the space for the rest of my team to actually like do things, which hopefully will be useful. I draw a Mythos card. Nuclear Chaos. Each cultist moves 1 space towards you. Place a cosmic token on the nearest gate. When a cultist or monster is summoned at a gate with a cosmic token, they will get that cosmic token, and then I summon a cultist here, which will get that cosmic token. So, okay, fine, whatever. And there's obviously a lot of things on my space, so bad stuff is about to happen. We are going to start with Azathoth's attack. Azathoth luckily only rolls 3 black dice. He says only. And all that does is give me 1 insanity, which I was attacked, so I can prevent. Or I can let it drive me insane, deal 4 damage to something in my space, killing the cultist, flip over my spear, which is now Gungnir. If you kill an enemy during an attack, you may immediately attack again for free. That free attack cannot trigger this ability again, but I can do it more than once per turn now. That also is going to give me this thing that lets me heal a stress before my attack roll. Nice. Unfortunately, I can't attack Azathoth until we figure out all of its shizzle dizzle with these jurors. Gotta figure out the shizzle dizzle with the jurors. Okay, moving on to Leon. Leon has all of the extra running. So Leon can run 4 spaces and gets a free run action. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I need. I just have to try to make things work out this way. So, yep. Free run action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Regular run action. Run here. Move juror. 1, 2. That was my second action. And then my third action is going to be 1, 2, 3 to land here with all of these things in my space. I hopefully can survive this. And then things will be good. But we'll see. That might have been dumb. That might have been suicidal, but I feel like it was the only way I was going to potentially move life forward, and we're just going to see how it works out. Otherworldly encounter. If there are 3 or more cosmic tokens available, which there are, place a cosmic token on each gate, and as soon as something is summoned on that gate, they will get that cosmic token. All right, so this is a card that would have made things very different earlier. Otherwise, we would have had to advance Azathoth as if it was a full advancement. That would have sucked. But what does suck is I'm about to get hit a whole lot of times. So we're gonna start. We're just gonna do it. Okay. Dancing Spirit number 1. I'm going to re-roll both of those. One of those is a free re-roll because there's another investigator within 2 spaces. Is that everything that I have? Yeah. Okay, that's a miss from 1 dancer. Second dancer of 3 does 1 damage and 1 insanity. I'll take that. Third dancer. Oh, I get 1 free reroll per roll. So we're gonna reroll the insanity one. Well, now I took a damage and an insanity, so that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, third dancer, I get 1 free reroll. I'm gonna take the insanity because it's not worth the risk. The gassed. Oh, now we switch to the green dice, so no more insanity. Gassed. We're gonna take a free reroll. We're gonna reroll 2 of those. That's still 1 hit, and then the final cultist rolls 2 green, and neither of those are a hit. So, I survived. Yes, I did. Survived. Julian. Julian, when he runs, can sneak through things. So, I'm not going to. I'm running sneak 3 times. Steady, sneak, and remember. So, my first run, I'm going to sneak away from this one, and I'm going to go 1, 2, bringing all of these with me. I'm going to use my free gather jurors. These all come with me. I am going to sneak and avoid 3. So that's 1 over to here. And that's my second action. And then for my third action, I'm going to move that juror to the center. We just have to do what we have to do to try to win, is where we're at with life. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so then in the Mythos phase, I need a drink. If there's any juror in the town square, place one of them in the pub. And it looks like it has to be a white one. So everything I just did, or not, of course. Okay, monsters are going to attack. First, a ghast does nothing. Then a cultist. We don't have any stress to roll, so I do take 1 damage, but I'm not dead, so that's good. On to Mike. Mike, as usual, is going to just do the silly things. He gets 1 extra movement when he runs, so he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, taking all of these monsters with him over to here and away from everybody else, which is the important part. And then he's going to start trying to kill stuff again. How do none of those have a cosmic thing? I don't know, but that's the case. So we're gonna first attack 1 Azathoth. It's 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's four of those. Attack an Azathoth. That is, oh, and I get to heal 1 stress before roll. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, which is more than enough to kill an Azathoth. I get to reduce 1 of the insanity loss from that, which is the only one. So I kill an Azathoth. I get a free attack from Gungnir. Because I am doing an attack roll, I heal 1 stress. 1, 2, 3. That is enough to kill it. I ignore 1 sanity loss. I take 1 sanity, and I kill another Azathoth. I don't get a free attack from that, but my 3rd attack is going to be to an attack a Dancer of Azathoth. That is more than enough to kill it, so that's dead. And then I trigger a free attack against a cultist, not a ghast. And I reduce the sanity loss from that. Oh, that's only when attacked or fires, so I should probably take a stress to prevent that one, and I would have had to take 1, 2 more. There was enemies in my space, so I would have killed one of those ghasts with increasing this insanity marker, and I get to level something else up, so that'll be toughness to prevent my loss of sanity and wounds from any source. Yeah, sure. All right, draw my first card. Ghast. Move the nearest ghast 2 spaces towards you. Ah! That's still within its space. Then move 1 juror in its space away from the town square, but there is none in its space. Then we summon a ghast on red, and this ghast is going to have a cosmic token. Great. And then I get attacked by the ghast first, because I said so. That missed me, and then I get attacked by Azathoth, which probably won't miss me. Azathoth got. I am going to re-roll one of those. Okay. So I take 2 wounds and 2 sanity from that. So Mike's gonna lose his mind. Not that I blame him. But the good news is Leon gets to go. Yes. So Leon is going to use a free run action to come to this space. Leon is going to use a gather jurors to move the juror here. Leon is going to use a not free run action to come to this space. Leon is going to, actually Leon's going to run all the way to the center here is what he's going to do. And he's going to go ahead and attack this ghast, because he should be able to one-shot it. There's still an investigator within 2 spaces. I still get a free reroll. I get a free reroll. I'm going to use this. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough to kill it. Unfortunately, I am going to get 2 insanity along the way, which does trigger my thing. I take 2 stress, but I can't. I do get to raise one of my skills. I'm gonna gain 1 in marksman to get some extra dice. And I don't get another extra action, so hopefully this is a good card. Each cosmic enemy moves one space towards you. So that's this cultist and this ghast. That actually worked out pretty well. I get to investigate, discover. I found a herd dog. Who's a good boy? If I don't have a hex condition with I get this. When I gather jurors, I can move the juror one extra space. But that doesn't really like do what I need to do for me, but that's fine. All right, we are going to get this done, I feel like. I hope. So, Julian gets 3 actions. Julian needs 4 actions. Julian only gets 3. Julian's going to move here. 1 gather jurors for free. Second action is to move here. Third action is to convince these jurors. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 evidence, so this is an automatic success except for any insanity, which is 1. And I get to flip each juror in my space. So I only have this 1 juror left to go. That's all I can do. Okay. That was pretty good though. Move the nearest unknown monster 2 spaces towards you. Ha! There is none. Take that. Each cultist moves 1 space towards the town square. Then summon 1 ghast at the nearest space with a juror. That sucks, because that ghast is going to attack me, and I have no more health and no more rerolls. So I have rolled... I rolled blanks. It didn't get me, brother trucker. That's right. Problem is, this advances again. The nearest cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards me, which is this one. Summon 1 dancer and 1 cultist at the farthest gate. Place a cosmic token on the nearest non-cosmic monster. It's you. And move each... Leon's there, so it doesn't move away. None of them are guilty anyway, but we do summon a Gulak-Nakanapanon over there. I cannot believe I pulled this shit off. I haven't pulled this shit off, to be clear, but what I have pulled off is I am going to be able to actually disrupt the ritual, which is wild. Like, all of those risks I took have paid off. I am very close to death, but like I've made a good fight of it, which is more than I expected to do. So, with all that said, moving on to Mikhail's turn. So, Mikhail's first action is going to be to run to this space, and these are going to follow him. His second action is to gather jurors. The ritual has been disrupted. And I think that happens immediately. It says, to disrupt the ritual, have 4 jurors in the town square with their innocent side spaced up. It does not say that I check to see if the ritual is done at that point in time. So I am considering that the ritual is now disrupted. That is my statement of choice on what's going on here, and that's just how I'm going to read it. So, this might be my only attack, so I'm not going to really worry about Gungnir here, because I might lose all of my sanity, because I just don't have enough stress to mitigate that. So I have 2 green dice from this, 2 green dice from the Shilagala, 1 green dice from attacking something in my space. So that's 5 green dice. I am attacking Azathoth. I get to heal 1 stress before I roll. Here we go. I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. I will take it. Boom. Okay. Now that was... The unfortunate part is that was my final action. These jurors leave the board. So that's fine. we'll see what happens from here. I think things went very well considering. The Gnyakanakanakana moves 1 space, 2 spaces towards me. Each investigator in a space with a juror takes 1 wound. Guess what? There is none. Each investigator loses 1 sanity for each hex condition. Guess what? There is none. Now the monsters attack me. So I'm going to start with Azathoth, because if I do get more insane, that could actually help me survive. Geez. I'm going to use this to reroll 1 of those. Okay. So I've taken 2 wounds and 1 sanity. I reduce 1 wound because I have my reduced wounds from any source, so I only take 1 wound. I do gain 1 insanity, which makes me crazy. So I'm going to deal 4 damage to something in my space, killing the ghast. Oh no. Yeah, I'm going to kill the ghast to try to stay alive. And I am going to be able to raise... oh, that reduces wounds and loss of sanity by 1, but I wanted to gain that insanity. Now I can reduce wounds by 2 and any source of insanity by 1. And the cultist is then going to attack me. It would have done 2 damage, but I reduced wounds taken by 2 because of my toughness, so I don't take damage, and life goes on. Oh my god, Leon gets to go. And oh my god, Leon gets to attack Azathoth, because we get to do all of this fighting now, and that's great. I get a free run action. So I'm going to go ahead and go into that space. Oh, no, I don't need to. Because I get 2 from damaging something in the adjacent space as well. So, we're going to start with shooting Azathoth. I get 1, 2 green, 3, 4 green, 5 green because there's another investigator within a space nearby, so that's 5 green. I think that's everything I get. Yeah, it is. All right. So I just have to do 6 damage. That is like one of the worst rolls I've ever made in my entire life. Okay, I get 1 free reroll because there's an investigator within 2 spaces. That's better. I get... That's it. I do 3 damage. So I'm going to attack again because I really want to push... I really want to push it to stage... I want to push it to stage 3. Is a much better roll. Much better roll. What can I do about that insanity, though? Because I don't think I have any rerolls. I do not have any rerolls. So that's going to be tough for that. I'm going to gain 2 insanity, so he's getting close to wildness again. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. That is enough to push Azathoth to phase 3. On stage 3, when revealed, move Azathoth to the red gate. Fudge Pickles. At each gate, summon a cultist for each cosmic token there. So this one appears with a cosmic token. This one appears with a cosmic token, not on red. Then place 1 cosmic token on every non-cosmic cultist monster on the board. Oh my gosh. Starting with the ones nearest to Azathoth. So these 2 both get a cosmic token. From now on, Azathoth will advance if there are 2 Mythos tokens in the track. So here's where that Azathoth theme that I was talking about at the beginning comes into play, where the world just ends faster when Azathoth is around. Yeah. Okay, I have 1 more action, and I'm going to use it to try to kill the ghast in my space, because because I can't afford to take any damage. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's an investigator in my space, and we're just going to try to kill that one. We handily do, but it kills us. Because I just gained 3 more insanity. So that's 1 insanity. That's 2 insanity. That would have given me an extra action each turn, but unfortunately, Leon took Azathoth to stage 3 and promptly died. Dead, 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 dead. Now the good news is, because I'm dead, the rest of my phase ends. So there's no Mythos card. That monster doesn't do any attacks. None of that stuff happens. I just die. That is at least what I remember. I'm going to double check. Depending on the story. Oh, there's an extra episode lore for this. Kalenki never recovered from the witch trials and the punishment faced by Petronilla and Alice Catello, one of them unjustly accused. Even though their bodies burned to ashes centuries ago, their unquiet souls still linger, fueled by eldritch power and resentment. Their prosecutors, sharing their curse, roam the haunted streets of the city looking for final justice. Meanwhile, cultists feed on the power left behind. Look for the clues that were once ignored, for only a new trial and truth uncovered will bring peace to the witch city. I'm just trying to remember, because it's been such a long time since I played this, what happens when I die. Yeah, I skipped everything except for check the Mythos discard pile. So cool. So that's not as bad as it could have been, because we just moved straight on to Julian's turn. Julian's got to heal if we're going to have any hopes at all of surviving the day. So Julian's got to try to kill this guest. Now the problem here is Julian can only suffer one move, has no stress. Julian is going to take the fire to get the extra green die, because this has to be a success. And it is a success. So we kill the guest. All right, I got 2 more actions. We're just going to restore 3 wounds and restore 3 stress, calling it a day on that. Next card is Nuclear Chaos. Each cultist moves 1 space towards you. Well, that did not work out the way I wanted it to, unfortunately. So that sucks. Okay. Place a cosmic token on the nearest gate, and there's no more cosmic tokens, so that's not going to happen. What is this one for? We'll put this one on the nearest gate, because I don't know what that was attached to. And then we summon a cultist on blue. But at least nothing pushes. I'm glad I healed, because these things are going to attack me now. So first, we get an attack from one cultist. I'll take that 1 damage. Then we get an attack from another cultist. I will let William, the first husband, die. Instead of taking that damage, then I roll a die from the fire. It's an insanity, which I kind of do want, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. And it doesn't move, and we go on to Mike's turn. How is Mike still alive? How is Mike by himself? Mike heals 3. Mike heals 3. Absolutely in wildness. Is that really what I want to do? I don't think so. Mike heals 2 wounds and 1 stress. Mike is going to come over here and clear this space out, I believe. So Mike is going to go ahead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, 4, 5. And really take down a cultist. This is taking a cultist down. We're going to use this to re-roll one of those insanity dice. It's still insane, which is not great. So we kill a cultist. We will get a free attack. We get another insanity. There is an enemy in my space, so it automatically gets killed by my impulsive aggression. That extra insanity that I took, we'll use it to give myself some more stress healing. Oh, these are both dumb. We'll do that to give myself some more stress healing. I think I've been forgetting things to do with these the cosmic tokens, but it's fine. We'll fight Azathoth again someday. It'll be totally cool. So I healed, I moved, I attacked, and that's the end of my turn. Healed, moved, attacked, end of my turn. Okay. The nearest Guadnathon moves here. If there are 3 or more available cosmic tokens, there are not 3 or more available cosmic tokens. There are only 2. And so we will advance at the end of this turn, which is okay. We have to reshuffle our discard. Well, I don't know if we actually do reshuffle, but we're reshuffling it. I could take 2 stress to claim the husband. If not, I quit. We're just gonna say that I don't investigate anymore. I don't remember the rules on that. I'm getting tired, and it's almost time to walk the dog, so we're just gonna move forward. All right. So time progresses. As the thought advances, nearest cosmic enemy moves 1 space towards me, which is this one. We place one of these and one of these at the farthest gate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has to be this one. Nothing's popped on that gate right now. Nearest monster will become cosmic. No more jurors. This thing moves 3 spaces towards me. We summon another one over here. And oh wow, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then we're gonna go to Julian's turn. Julian's got this nice little sneakiness where I can sneak 3 times. So I can just avoid those monsters and run where I'm running. So we're gonna do that. I think I just have to go in there and just start trying to thwack away at it, but I can't do much damage. But let's just see what Julian can pull off here. Julian runs. 1, 2, 3. And he was sneaking away. That's great. Julian runs, sneaks past those. Julian attacks Azathoth, discarding the vial of poison to roll 2 extra greens. So we're going to get 3 green and 3 black. We're going to catch fire because we'll probably die for another group. Let's see how much damage we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the attack. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll both of these dice. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll take 7's about as good as it's going to get, so we'll have done 7 damage to Azathoth. Okay, let's see if we die. Draw a Mythos card. Each cultist moves 1 space towards you. That goes here, this goes here. This one comes and joins our little party. Place a cosmic token on the nearest gate. So that's the, oh my goodness. That's the red gate over here with a cosmic token. Summon a cultist on blue. Fantastic. Now everything in my space attacks me. Now my goal is to go as insane as I possibly can as quickly as possible. So we're going to start with Azathoth because Azathoth rolls 3 of those dice. Because that's against itself. Well, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. So that is, oh my god, 4 hits. We're gonna re-roll this one. Yeah, still 4 hits. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, Julian's dead. I'm just curious, on the other side of the Ruby Talisman was once per roll before rolling dice you can catch fire. If you do, gain a green. If you would take wounds from fire, you may instead deal that many wounds to one enemy in your space. Oh, that would have been fun. I could have like started getting fiery stuff, but anyway, that's it for Julian. Okay, on to Mike. And again, we just have to try to get the kill. So the good news is Mike gets an extra 1 space when running. The bad news is Mike is 5 spaces away. So Mike only gets to get to Azathoth's space and go in for the kill. If I roll 1 insanity, like I die. So it is what it is, and you know this would have been the end either way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna get to roll 2 extra green dice on this attack and see how much damage we do. For the record, I will probably die to insanity. Yeah. So I did 5 damage, which is enough to kill it, but I also died to insanity. So I die to insanity, but just to see, because I would have flipped it, Azathoth would have moved to the blue gate over here, and when revealed, we would have fully healed all enemies on the board. Each cosmic enemy would move 1 space towards the nearest investigator, and from now on, at the end of each turn, if you're within 1 space of a cosmic enemy, you would lose 1 sanity. So I managed to just barely push it to final stage. I had camera problems, I had food delivery problems, I was trying to remember how to play the game. Gosh, you know, I love this game. It's so fun. I really love it. It's just wild, wildness. But the world has ended. Azathoth has killed our team of intrepid investigators. We will be back hopefully next Thursday. Well, I'm going to film a bunch of stuff in advance and we'll release them on Thursdays. But I'm going to hit, I'm not doing this anymore tonight, but we will be tackling scenario 2, hopefully Saturday, I guess? Yeah, sure, Saturday. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, do not forget. Keep those health bars full. Thank you and have a great night.